Is Lapu Lapu a Muslim or animist? Lapu Lapu was the first native in Philippine archipelago who fought against the foreign invaders. Our video is not about Lapu Lapu's fight against Ferdinand Magillan in Mactan Cebu in April 1521, but it is more about his religious belief. There are a lot of articles on the internet which are posted even on popular websites and claiming that Lapu Lapu is an animist and not a Muslim. Here are some of the grounds of those who say Lapu Lapu is an animist. According to Antonio Pigaffeta, the Pacific Islands are place of Islam. Pegafetta was a Venetian scholar and explorer who joined the expedition to the Spice Islands, led by explorer Ferdinand Magillan under the King of Charles I of Spain. He served as Magellan's assistant and kept an accurate journal about their voyage. So what? Said by an article on internet. Antonio Pigaffeta did not mention on his journal whether Cebu was a Muslim country. It makes sense, isn't it? Another article says Pegafetta explicitly described in his journal that Rajah Humabon as Datu along with his warriors. He also records the consumption of pork and dog meat and palm wine by the Cebuanos. These are prohibited or haram under Islamic law. Our answer to that is there is no compulsory on Islam. The Muslims can live side by side with people who have another religious belief. It is a fact that prior to the arrival of Spain, some parts of the Philippines did not embrace Islam, like the Lumad and other indigenous tribes of the country. It does not follow that when a certain chieftain brings wine, his neighboring territories drink wine also. Or when a member of a family is not practicing Muslim, did not mean that his siblings are not Muslims, because sometimes the non-practicing Muslim could be a dedicated Muslim in his later age, as what is happening even as of this day. According to Picafita, Humabon converted to Christianity. Maybe the reason was to save his king from a more powerful nation for a while. As a manifestation, he later on, when he saw that Magellan was killed by Lapu Lapu, he realized that Magellan was not an invincible lord, and as such, he poisoned the remaining men of Magellan in a party. Thus, only 18 men left with Pegafetta to return to Spain. No, said again by another article. Pegafetta said in his journal that when Magellan burned the houses in a village in Mactan named Buluaya, it was explained that a cross was erected on the spot, because it was a village of idolaters. If the inhabitants had been Moors or Muslims, a pillar of stone would have been raised to mark the hardness of their hearts. Our answer to that is indeed, the Muslims were very hard to convert according to the history, and when you burn their houses, they will become a vigorous fighter. The article who is refuting Lapu-Lapu as a Muslim failed to mention that during the day of the final battle between Magellan and Lapu-Lapu, the former ordered his men to torch the village of Lapu-Lapu to scare them away, but instead of running as what other non-Muslim villages did, Lapu-Lapu and his men became more angry and fought like lions until they were able to kill Magellan. Magellan could have saved his life if he did not burn down some 30 plus houses of Lapu-Lapu at the time. Oh, and about the pillar of stone raised in every Muslim communities. Why when the Spaniards invaded Manila from Rajah Sulaiman did not raise a pillar of stone there? Rajah Sulaiman is no question a Muslim, is it not? There is no account from later historians saying that Spaniards raised any kind of stone there. Sometimes, even the writings of Pegafetta is a source of exaggeration, isn't it? The Kampilan which Lapu-Lapu and his men used to defeat Magellan is not a weapon exclusively for sultans and datus during the arrival of Spain, because another non-Muslim tribes were using Kampilan, but they were stopped to use it when they were finally subjugated by the might of Spain, said by another article on the internet. It is elementary that Kampilan was the symbol of the physical prowess of the Muslim Sultans in Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and other Malay states. The same with the katana of Japan, where only samurai were using it. The knightly sword of the Crusaders, as different from the kilage of the Ottoman Empire, were used respectively by each kingdoms. It signifies the fact that Lapu-Lapu is a true Muslim when he used the Kampilan against the invaders. If indeed Lapu-Lapu was a Muslim, why he did not have a Muslim name? Another very convincing question if you know nothing about Islam in the country. Our answer to that is, even as of this making, there are thousands Muslim who do not have Muslim name since birth in the country. They could only have Muslim name once they changed it during the performance of Hajj in Saudi Arabia, or when they realized to adopt a Muslim name during their lifetime. Pigafita wrote in his journal Cilapulapu as the name of the Datu who defeated Magellan. The first authentic edition of Pigafita by Carlo Amoretti claimed C in names of the various chiefs in the Philippines archipelago was a prefix that was an honorific. Amoretti asserts, it appears that C or C placed before a man's name is a title of honor. In Tausug, she means Sheikh, a title given to the early Arab missionaries and their descendants. Gonzalo Fernandez de Oviedo Valdez, who wrote Historia de las Indias, Valladolid 1557, called Lapu-Lapu as Cilapulapu, and from Oviedo's Cilapulapu it became Cilapulapu, and Father Prudencia de Sandoval's Historia de la Vida Hechos de Emperador Carlos IV Valladolid 1604. According to Zulu oral tradition, Lapu Lapu was a Muslim chieftain and was also known as Cilapulapu. Caliph in Islam is the successor of the Muslim Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It was used by the Muslim leaders before. According to Pigafita, they sent an emissary to Cilapulapu before they attacked the territory of the latter. The emissary was a Moor or Muslim. Why? Is it because Cilapulapu speaks the same language with the Moor? Is it not elementary that when we send someone to negotiate, we send the most nearest to our foe, so that common understanding may be attained easily? In a book entitled Aginik Bayok sa Atong Tawarik by Jovito S. Avellana, Cilapulapu left Mactan for Borneo months after the vanquished the Spaniards. He wants to fully recover in Borneo. Along with him was his 3 wives, 11 children, and 27 half Malay Arab. The book also specifically mentioned Cilapulapu as a Muslim, and at the time Borneo was still part of Zulu Sultanate. There is no single evidence that could pinpoint Cilapulapu as an animist, while it is crystal clear, as mentioned above, that he is indeed a Muslim, and there is no use in our history to consider him as animist, as many articles on website wanted him to be. I wish the video makes you happy. If yes, kindly spread love so that others may know what we discovered today. Thank you very much.